What's up, everybody? Um, Today is a little bit different of a video that I've been wanting to make. I usually make gaming videos and that sorts of stuff, but I wanted to try something else out. I wanted to make a claim, humorous or not, who knows, of why Prince Rhaegar Targaryen is the greatest character of Game of Thrones history. So, I don't know how the Game of Thrones community feels about this. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I know something that is inherently terrible about him. But we'll see. So I'm making the case that Prince Rhaegar Targaryen is the greatest character in Game of Thrones history. Not because he has the most screen time, because he obviously doesn't. And not because he has the best one-liners, because I don't think we heard anything. I think we heard a couple words from him in the show. Um, but I think the story genuinely derives, like the Prince of His Promise derives from him. And I think that's super important. So we got this. Boom. The GOAT. All right. So the whole show is built on his shadow. Rhaegar isn't just backstory. He is like the main hidden cause of the conflict because he kidnapped, quote unquote, whatever you like to believe. Um, Lyanna Stark. I, it's up to, if you're base, maybe you think they fall in love, but I'm not sure. But Yeah, I mean, his choice is to create the three biggest engines of the series: Robert's Rebellion and the fall off of the Targaryen dynasty, which is, his choice to run away and then get clamped up in a 1v1. Really just kind of destroyed everything for him and a little bit for his family. And he also made like the most honorable man ever keep the craziest secret of all time. And then also, he left a gap of, I'm starting to sound like a hater. He left a gap of basically, who's the prince that was promised, who's the heir to the throne. But guess what? He made Jon Snow the GOAT. So, he's like his story in my head, like the best way I could put it is like you don't hear about him a lot. You don't see him at all. You don't hear about him in the book very much. Um, but a lot of his decisions and his actions caused what happened and, what's going to continue to happen. So, well, continues to happen in the story currently in the books. But yeah, he had every kind of greatness. Um, he loved to play. He was a bard. I know that some people may think that he was kind of a, pretty lame for doing that. But I think it was pretty cool. I think it was sweet. He was thoughtful. I think it was pretty crazy that he had a whole wife and like just ran away from his entire family. But I think at the same time he was misunderstood. He was super educated, and he was also a super good fighter who did take on um, Robert Baratheon one on one and almost clamped him, but he got clamped. But yeah, he's the son of the Mad King. Um, he's he's kind of like a bard in that way. Of he liked to play music. He liked music, and I think he saw something that a lot of characters in Game of Thrones don't see. And maybe they do when you look more into it, but I think he looked into a prophecy, and he didn't want just to obtain raw power. And I think he was one of the only characters that looked kind of down the line before other characters we hear about, or maybe characters in the past, but really he's obsessed with this idea. So I got to give him credit for being obsessed with the game. But yeah, he I think that he combines the. I bet he was just, if we were to see him on screen, he'd be as smart as Tyrion, and then also pretty honorable as well, and like a pretty good guy. And Orafeld have to be like Henry Cavill or something. But yeah, whether you believe it's a kidnapping story, it's pretty important. Um, this refrains Robert's version of history, and it gives Jon Snow eventually in the show a legitimate claim, and hope. I mean, it will pull up in the books, I bet. But yeah, love is the death of duty. I think that his character fully shows that, and I think that that's why it's such a tragedy. But yeah, he changes what the plot means, and I think he kind of is one of the standout vocal points of kind of what happens. Yeah, Jon Snow, super important because of Rhaegar. So if you like Jon Snow, you should probably like Rhaegar. His honor, Ned's honor. He must have liked Rhaegar, because he loved his sister, but that definitely helped. And it's kind of the focal central point of the whole story. I think kind of makes him one of the, that it puts him in that group of characters that makes him mythical and whimsical, and he thinks, certain things, and he believes in prophecy. And yeah, I mean, he is tied to the Principal's Promise mystery, and he connects the Targaryen bloodline to the threat beyond the wall. And his story makes the title of the entire story, The Song of Ice and Fire, feel personal because he was just he was going through something. Sorry, I keep saying that. Yup. But yeah, Tyrion has the lines, Jon has the screen time, Daenerys has the dragons, and Rhaegar has the whole story. He created the story in my head. He has the influence, the mystery, and the legacy. His son will eventually become the Azor Ahai in the books, putting money. I mean, think what you think. But that should be a reason for you. Without Rhaegar, no Robert's Rebellion, no Hidden Jon Snow, no Aura, no final Targaryen legitimacy twist. Come on, what are we doing? With Rhaegar, a political tragedy becomes a myth, a rebellion becomes a misunderstanding, and a bastard becomes a Song of Ice and Fire. Boom, boom, boom. Then we got my citations. So, can't forget to do that. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this, please. I really have no idea. It's the first time I've done something like this. I worked on it for a little bit, just real quick. Probably not that good. But if you guys enjoyed this video and maybe you want to see something else like this, let me know. I like to play Crusader Kings and just really whatever on a FIFA and Crusader Kings kick like the last 6 months. Sorry about that, y'all. I ended the video, and I'm terrible at editing and cut the video too short. So you didn't hear my final goodbyes. So goodbye. Thanks for watching the video. If you have any ideas, let me know. Drop it in the comments. This was a pretty dumb video. I don't know if I'll really continue to make videos like that. But let me know if there's any games I should play or anything I should stream or whatnot. But thank you. And if you like the video or if you like anything on my channel, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you later.